What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, so, the Batman film has been the film that has just been the gift that just keeps on giving in all the worst ways. It seems like for the last year and a half there has been things outside of the control of this film that has hindered this film to such an extreme that it almost kind of looked like there for a while that it wasn't even going to get made. Thankfully, it looks like maybe, just maybe, the Batman will continue filming even after the UK enters another lockdown. So I'm excited about that aspect of it. But I still don't feel like we're out of the woods yet, quite yet with it. Let me just read y'all a little bit of what this article states. Despite the UK entering its third national lockdown to curb the spread of you-know-what, movies like The Batman can keep filming in the country. The long-awaited debut of Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader has suffered from numerous filming delays. The first national lockdown in the UK stopped production for a number of months, and filming once again interrupted after Pattinson contracted the bug. As a result, the movie's release date was pushed into 2022. The filming is only expected to finish in February, a year after it started. It goes on to state, despite filming starting almost a year ago, the Batman has yet to wrap. And with a new national lockdown announced by British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Monday, some were worried it would delay the movie once again. However, the UK government confirms that the lockdown's rules mean movie and TV shoots are considered essential activities and may continue with established bug safety protocols in place. As a result, the Batman will be able to finish filming in London and wrap on time, so long as there are no changes to the restrictions and no further cast or crews test positive. Okay, so good news, right? Great news. Well, unfortunately, the way I look at it is things change quickly. And just because as of right now there's no restrictions for this, and as of right now everything looks like it's going smoothly, I wouldn't put it past anything with this film. This film might be a kind of film that we don't see till 2024 or 2025. It seems like every other film that's come out in the meantime, and it hasn't been a whole lot. Let's just be honest. It hasn't been a whole lot. It seems like those films have not had the tragic backstory that the Batman has had. Batman has just been a film that has just suffered from just bad luck. And it's sad because it really has nothing to do with anything outside of bad luck. It's almost kind of like what my father used to tell me with things, with my life. He says, I wouldn't have any luck at all if I didn't have bad luck. Well, that's kind of the way this movie actually works in a lot of different ways. It's a movie. I mean, it's the one DC movie that I am just truly excited about. When we got earlier in 2020, when we got the trailer for this, and I saw Robert Pattinson in action, and I saw how this movie was turning out, I was so excited for it. I thought, man, Robert Pattinson might be considered one of the greatest Batmans of all time. And then we found out later that that trailer actually, showed only 25% of the movie had actually been done at that time. So what we were seeing was an unfinished product. Yes, did it look good? It looked fabulous. I mean, it looked amazing. But it was only 25% done. And that fight scene that drew so much attention, where Batman's just beating that guy, that gang member, that was actually a scene that wasn't even filmed completely. It was months and months and months later that actual scene where it was actually completed. So it's kind of a I don't know, a good something good finally is just happening with the Batman. I feel like, okay, we're at least on the road to progression. It shouldn't have very much longer. It looks like it might actually be able to come out in 2022. And here's just, I'm just holding my breath at this point. I made a video not too long ago on here that I actually kind of believe that the Batman is one film that will probably never see the light of day. Am I a little bit hopeful? Maybe just a little bit more hopeful than what I was even just a few days ago. I just kind of felt like, okay, when it comes to filming, there's so many things that's outside of this film's control. And then, of course, there was that article that come out stating that there was a lot of trouble on set between Matt Reeves and Pattinson, where that they were kind of butting heads a little bit. Reeves was really upset, of course, a couple months ago that during all the time off that Pattinson wasn't up to par when it come to how he looked. So he really had to kind of bulk up for the role. Pattinson kind of made this statement that, that somehow that superheroes don't have to look like superheroes or some garbage like that. But, anybody that's ever seen Jason Momoa or, or, any of these Chris Evans or any of these other superheroes would know that there are certain standards that or Henry Cavill that would make you realize that, okay, we do have actual certain standards for superhero films. So you can say, well, hi, I'm a 21st century guy. I don't necessarily have to bulk up to look like a superhero. You're just telling yourself that. But that's not actual the reality of the situation. Fans expect specific people to look like superheroes that are in superhero movies. That's unfortunately just the way of the world. Accept it, don't accept it, but at the end of the day, you've got to bulk yourself up a little bit. Then what? You got to at least get yourself up to what you were in Twilight for this film to actually look reasonably like a Batman film. I would say, in some of the trailers, I kind of felt like, he looked really thin. He looked like somebody that was kind of, I wouldn't even go so far as say sickly to a certain extent. This picture is just right here, of him in that suit. He looks thin. He looks like somebody that probably hadn't seen a day in the gym his entire life. That's just my take on it. But of course there was that, and then there's this where Matt Reeves was really kind of just hunkering down on it, making Robert Pattinson have to stay in his Batman costume for hours at a time. They were having to do scenes, redo scenes, and it was getting to the point where Pattinson was getting kind of fed up with it. And there was all of this take of, well, is he going to just quit on set? And thankfully, so far, he has actually stayed true to not quitting, to finishing this movie. I think at this point, it just kind of gets to the point where you think, if you're somebody that's on the set, or you're the director, or you're the actors that are playing on it, to just churn through all the drama, all the outside forces, and just make this movie, just finish this movie. Thankfully, it looks like that might actually happen right now. But until I see this movie either in theaters or on HBO Max or wherever I see this movie, until I see the finished product, until I see an article that says the Batman is completely and totally finished, I will not necessarily believe it until I actually see it. And I hate them that way, but unfortunately, hey, there's been too many setbacks. It looks like there's still going to be some setbacks that are going to be outside this movie's control. So overall, I'm holding my breath, but I'm more excited now than I was, let's just say, even a week ago. So overall, guys, let me know what y'all think. Y'all think the Batman will ever get finished? Do you think that these UK shutdowns are going to affect the movie in any form or fashion? I know they're saying right now it's not, but there's got to be some backlash to making movies vital during such a shutdown. So I don't necessarily know how the people of the UK are going to handle that. Whether there'll be a backlash. I hope there's not a backlash for the filming of this movie, though. But we'll just have to see. Till then, thanks for watching, guys. Y'all take care.